As the first light of dawn broke over the lush green fields of Alberobello, a soft golden glow blanketed the land, but the usual peaceful silence had been shattered. The night before, a pack of vicious wild boars rampaged through the village, tearing up crops and leaving behind devastation, worry, and helplessness among the farmers. We couldn't stand by and watch this destruction continue, so John and I, along with our loyal hunting dogs, set out. This hunt wasn't just a sport, it was a battle to defend the harvest, to protect the hopes of the hardworking people who live off this land. Join us on this journey, a hunt not just for wild boar, but for justice. We moved into the grasslands, where the tall, withered yellow grass blocked our line of sight, creating a quiet but tense atmosphere. Suddenly, a faint sound broke the silence. I was instantly on high alert. I raised my rifle, eyes locked forward. Just as I anticipated, a large wild boar burst out from the brush, charging straight toward me. I didn't flinch. With calm precision, I took aim and pulled the trigger. The shot rang out, and the bullet hit dead on. Without hesitation, I adjusted and fired a second round, making sure the target was fully neutralized. The beast collapsed motionless. No more running. A solid start, and a surge of determination spread through the whole team. The sun climbed high over the open plains as we rolled on in our roof buggy, eyes scanning every corner with cautious precision. Then suddenly movement. A jet-black wild boar, sluggish and unaware, was busy chomping on a mouthful of young rice it had just dragged from a nearby field. But the moment it caught the sound of our engine, it bolted. No hesitation, we gave chase. Our hunting dog surged forward, expertly herding the boar into a tight formation, driving it straight toward a trap zone we'd set up earlier. Keeping up the pace on rough terrain was a challenge, but years of hunting experience kicked in. I steadied my aim. One clean shot, the bullet flew, landing true. In a flash, the boar collapsed. No time to escape. Another threat eliminated. The fields are safe for now. Tactical, fast, and clean. Did that moment give you chills? Drop us a comment and let us know what you think. Around 3 in the afternoon, the sun began to fade, and light snow started drifting down across the plains. This is the typical weather of my homeland, sun and cold intertwined, a soft blanket of snow that does little to ease the harshness of the land. The wind picked up, sharp and biting. Then we saw them, a herd of fat, heavy wild boars lumbering ahead, scrambling to escape the moment they spotted us. But with seasoned instincts and tight coordination, we quickly isolated the straggler, the last one lagging behind. One clean shot, and it was over before it could even react. Protecting our people's crops is our duty. Every boar we take down is one less threat to these fields, one more step toward preserving this land. And so, we push, carrying the weight of this responsibility, keeping watch over the land we call home. After clearing the grasslands, we headed north, where winter had blanketed the plains in white. The snow fell heavier by the minute, covering everything in a thick layer. Despite the worsening weather, we pushed on with the hunt. Our footprints pressed deep into the fresh snow, leaving clear tracks that were hard to hide from the wild game. The cold wind bit through our clothes, but we stayed resolute. Our hunting dogs pressed on tirelessly, skillfully leading the way. This hunt had become more than just a test of skill, it was a battle of endurance against nature itself. We spotted the wild boar intently digging beneath the snow. John and I signaled to spread out, each taking a corner. Using our radios to communicate, we moved into position, ready to strike. In just seconds, time seemed to stand still. We locked onto the target and waited for the perfect moment. With everything set, I shouldered my rifle and adjusted my aim one last time, while John held his ground. 2 precise shots rang out from both sides. The boar dropped before it could even react. The hunt ended swiftly, in complete silence. So, what do you think in thick snow like this? What matters most, skill or teamwork? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We tracked along the hillside, our footsteps sinking deep into the thick snow. Suddenly, a piercing howl cut through the storm, and a wild boar charged straight at us through the heavy snowfall. Unfazed, John and I opened fire immediately. The sharp crack of gunfire echoed in the silent air. The boar startled, confused, veering sharply into the brush. John quickly brought his scope up, eyes cold, and focused on the target. Boom! The bullet tore through the stillness, striking true. The boar dropped, unable to take another step. Target secured. Tonight, the villagers can sleep peacefully. This year's harvest is safe, thanks to us. As dusk settled in, we spotted a lone wild boar wandering aimlessly across the snow, completely unaware of our presence. With steady hands and years of experience, John took a careful shot, no wasted movement, no hesitation. The bullet sliced through the air, hitting the target dead on. The mission was complete. We were satisfied with the outcome. The villagers' crops would now face less threat, the destroyers would be gone. A meaningful day of hunting had come to an end. Today's hunt came to a close after hours of intense focus, as we continuously adapted to the rapidly changing weather. Heavy snow and biting cold winds tested us, but through seamless teamwork and precise decisions, we completed our mission. Each shot was not just a display of skill, but also a testament to patience and grit in this harsh environment. Beneath the gray skies of southern Italy, this hunting journey wasn't just about protecting the crops, it was about safeguarding the peaceful lives of the people of Alberobello. We're grateful to the local authorities and community for their unwavering support throughout our expedition. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventures. For us, the war against wild boars never truly ends. They wreak havoc all year round, no matter the terrain or the weather. When they hide in the icy snow-capped mountains and slip into the shadowy snowy forests, the pursuit becomes tougher than ever. Treacherous slopes force us to tread with extreme caution, while the blinding white forest erases almost every trace. But no matter where they hide, no matter how harsh the conditions, our mission remains the same. Stop these beasts before they destroy the crops and the livelihood of the locals. Today, join us on 2 thrilling hunts to see how we dealt with them. First, let's head into the majestic snow-covered mountains of the United States. Armed with rifles, winter gear, binoculars, and every piece of essential equipment, we were ready to take on the icy challenge. The wild boar hunt in the frozen mountains officially begins. After nearly an hour tracking deep prints in the thick snow, the entire team froze in place. A faint rustle came from up ahead. So quiet, the whole forest seemed to hold its breath. I moved closer, raised my binoculars, and scanned for movement. Then I saw them, a herd of wild boars, moving silently in single file across a snowy hillside. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle locked onto my target, a boar in the middle of the group, wading slowly through the snow in search of food. Then, boom, the gunshot ripped through the frozen silence. The boar collapsed into the white snow. Nearby, my teammate David took down another, adding to today's haul. The rest of the herd scattered in panic, charging toward a snowy ridge, right where David was lying in wait. One lone boar broke away from the group, stranded in the blinding snow, and walked straight into my sights. Perfect distance, perfect timing. Then, boom, its massive body crumpled into the deep snow without a chance to fight back. Hours of patience ended in a single second. We pushed deeper into the dense forest, where the snow was churned up, clear signs the herd had just been feeding. Ahead, 2 boars were buried in their feast, heads down and completely unaware. I squeezed the trigger. The shot cracked like thunder. The beast dropped. Instantly, the challenger had fallen. What do you think? Was that a perfect shot? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's head into an entirely different hunt, deep winter in the frozen forests of North America. A perfect hideout for wild boars, and a sign that things were about to get intense. Unbelievable. My hunting dog was pushing a boar at least 5 times its size straight toward me. No hesitation, I pulled the trigger. The bullet was so fast, it was almost invisible, striking the beast dead on. A clean fall. The snowy backdrop made for the perfect final scene. Do you think this shot deserves golden moment status? Comment below. That afternoon, we ventured deeper into the snow-covered woods. Suddenly, a wild boar burst into a sprint across the frozen forest. I tracked it quickly. The open clearing ahead was the perfect place to end it. The first shot rang out, boom, breaking the stillness of the forest. The boar slid and collapsed in the icy snow. Not far away, David took down 2 more. As the daylight faded, the last light filtered through the old trees, carrying a chill and a rush of adrenaline. I lined up for the final shot of the day. The first bullet missed, my heart skipped a beat. The boar spun and ran. I quickly followed with a second shot. It crashed into the brush and fell. Brutal, yet spectacular. On the other side, a single shot from my teammate claimed another life just as cleanly. And the most important thing, every moment happened within the bounds of the law, respecting nature and ethical hunting. This wasn't just the end of a forest hunt, it was the pinnacle of skill, patience, and honor that only a responsible hunter truly deserves. And just like that, today's hunt came to a close. The team returned with plenty of game, wide smiles, and relief knowing we had eliminated threats to this land. For us, the war against wild boars never truly ends. They appear all year round, at any time of day or season. In autumn, when dry leaves crunch under our feet, every hunt brings a different kind of challenge. But when winter arrives, snow blanketing the mountains, cold cutting to the bone, the battle turns into something entirely different. Each season is a new battlefield, yet our mission never changes: to stop the advance of these destructive beasts. Today, come with us and see how we face them. Hunting is never simple. Behind every shot are hours of watching, calculating, and waiting in absolute silence. It is a duel between human patience and nature's wariness. And then, the moment finally comes. Our first target of the day appears. The forest is swallowed in thick snow, trees stripped bare like silent sentinels. From afar comes the crunching of snow under heavy steps, a herd of wild boars marching forward, unaware that death lurks close. Bang! The gunfire slices through the frozen air like blades. 2 boars collapse into the snow, while the rest scatter in panic, vanishing into the depths of the forest. hidden behind bare branches. Suddenly, a massive boar bursts out from the cold gray trunks, charging straight at me with brute force. No time to think. Boom! The bullet rips through the air, striking the beast square in the head. It crashes onto the snow. On the other side, our golden-furred companion leads the target into the open with a furious bark, supporting David. As if on cue, boom, the shot shatters the silence. The beast staggers, collapses, and sinks into the white expanse as though blown out of existence by an invisible winter gale. On another ridge, our teammate Thomas has taken position as planned. The hillside is a harsh place, cliffs and steep slopes, where wild boars often hide deep in the brush or crawl into dark crevices, making them almost impossible to spot. As Thomas moves along the slope, a wild boar suddenly bursts out like an arrow through the silence. With 10 years of hunting experience, Thomas reacts instantly, rifle raised, aim fired. Bang! Further down the slope, a boar is casually enjoying its midday meal, unaware that it's already in our sights. But it's too late. Rifle loaded, Thomas locks his eyes on the target. The shot is clean, direct, lethal. The boar drops instantly. What do you think? Was that a perfect 10? Let my teammate know in the comments. Halfway down the hillside, cautious boars emerge from the dense brush. Holding my breath, I raise my rifle. Eyes sharp, fixed on their every move. The click of the bolt echoes in the stillness. 2 shots ring out across the slope, both striking true, both fatal. Today, we've claimed plenty of trophies. Our legs ache, our bodies are exhausted after the long hunt, yet our hearts are full. It's not only the thrill of the kill, it's the relief of knowing we've helped protect the land from destruction. And perhaps, tomorrow, the journey begins again, hardships and surprises waiting ahead. Few people truly understand what it feels like for us each time we step out onto the fields at the break of dawn. We're not here for thrills. We're here to protect the harvests of the local people. Seeing cornfields torn apart by wild hogs. It hurts. Every inch of this land is built on the sweat and hard work of farmers. That's why every time a shot rings out, we're not thinking about our personal passion. We're thinking about the peace and security of this entire region. Today, we face a serious challenge. Wild hogs weighing over 200 kilos, stubborn and dangerous. But no matter how tough it gets, we will face them head on, because behind us are the crops, the people, and their way of life. Join us now as the hunt begins. In the early morning hours, deep in the wild mountains of Turkey, the wild boar hunt officially began with the crack of the first gunshot echoing across the devastating fields. There it is, a massive, powerful boar charging head-on toward my position with full force. I quickly regained my aim, held my breath, and pulled the trigger. But no, the boar suddenly veered off in another direction. Still, it was too late. My second shot rang out sharp and decisive. The wild boar took the hit and crashed hard into the ground, falling with such weight that I could feel the impact from a distance. One clean takedown to kick off a long, challenging day ahead, fighting to protect the harvests from these destructive beasts. We pushed deeper into the area where the brush grew thick, the perfect hiding spot for these wild hogs. Suddenly, the heavy silhouette of a boar appeared through the cover. With a single pull of the trigger, the target was taken down cleanly and precisely. The hunting dogs were barking fiercely, closing in fast, while the boar now faced the consequences of the destruction it had caused to the local people. A clean, impressive takedown, don't you think? Let us know in the comments below. On this side, the prey unknowingly ran straight toward its fate before it even realized what was happening. My teammate John was already in position, locked onto a fast-approaching target. With lightning-fast reflexes, he took the shot, catching the wild hog off guard. Its momentum broke instantly, and after the second shot, the beast collapsed to the ground. And just like that, the hunt came to a successful end. The hunter had claimed control over the prey, and peace was restored to this land once again. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the day came to a close, night fell, but the hunt continued in the stillness of the darkened sky. Visibility became more challenging, but our hunters stayed sharp, using thermal scopes to clearly identify targets in the shadows. And then there was a massive wild boar, casually enjoying its evening meal, unaware that it had entered my danger zone. In a flash, the shot landed. The target was hit clean and brought down swiftly. A beautiful moment, fast, accurate, and absolutely flawless. The night hunt continued in another corner of the terrain. A herd of wild hogs swept past the lens, and then another clear target appeared, perfectly framed from a distance through the scope. Boom! A sharp, decisive shot rang out. It was so quick and clean that the hog didn't even have time to react before going down. That's the law of nature one follows, so that many others may thrive. What about you? Did you think that was a fast and precise takedown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're always listening. It was well past midnight, with dawn slowly approaching. The final gunshot echoed through the stillness of the night. A wild boar collapsed motionless on the field, gradually fading into the early morning mist. The wild hog's unconditional surrender marked the end of our mission. Every target had fallen, and silence returned to the land. The hunters let out a quiet sigh of relief after a long day of relentless pursuit. What they brought back was more than just the trophies, it was peaceful people and the protection of the harvest. As the first light of morning broke through, it marked the beginning of a tense and focused hunt where every shot needed to be precise and decisive. An entire day unfolded deep within the wilderness, pushing the team's focus, skill, and endurance to the limit. When night finally fell, the last shot rang out, declaring the mission complete. Today's success wasn't just about skill or luck. It came from the flawless coordination and teamwork that held strong from dawn until dusk. The crops are safe, the people can rest easy. Stay with us as we continue this journey. More thrilling and emotional challenges lie ahead, waiting to be conquered.